So as you will have seen from the last clip, I'm pregnant. So I thought I would start recording my journey from now. I'm recording this in real time, so by my calculations I think I'm 4 weeks pregnant, but when you're watching this I'll be further on because obviously I'm not going to announce it till probably 12 weeks at least. So at the moment I'm 4 weeks pregnant, I think, according to my calculations. I've done 4 different pregnancy tests now just to be sure. And I thought I'd kind of share with you because I thought it'd be fun to go along with this journey together. If you're new here, if you've just watched this video because you are expecting and you haven't watched any of my other videos, then hello, I'm Amy. I'm a mum of 2 girls already. Caitlin is 11, she'll be 12 this year, and I had her when I was 22. And my youngest Elle is 3. That took a minute. 3. And I had her when I was 31. Yeah, that's right. So this will be my 3rd pregnancy. I've been really lucky that we've not had any unsuccessful pregnancies. I know a lot of people do. We've been very, very blessed that we haven't had any. So this is my 3rd pregnancy. I had this feeling that I might be, and I can't even explain it because in my brain, logically, there's absolutely no reason to think that I would be. Actually, when I took the first test, my period wasn't even, like, it was probably due that week, but it wasn't like late or anything. I didn't have any symptoms. Like with my last pregnancy, I had like, my breasts were quite tender. I had, what else did I have? I didn't feel too great. There was a few different things. I can't even remember what they all were, and my period was late. But there was nothing to sort of indicate that I would be pregnant, but for some reason in my head, I just felt like I might be, which is really strange. So I bought a test when we were out shopping, and I took it that night. But the best time to take a pregnancy test is in the morning because that's when your levels of the hormone, I've forgotten what it is offhand, but that's when it's highest. So nighttime's like the worst time to do it. And also I was just doing it because like I kind of rushed it. I didn't necessarily need the toilet that much. So when I did the test, I don't think I'd soaked the tip enough with wee because I didn't have that much wee because I was rushing it. And I waited the 3 minutes, and you've got your like window to tell you if you're pregnant or not, and then there's a control window to show you the test worked, and the control window didn't even come up with anything, so the test hadn't worked. There was nothing. But in my head I was kind of thinking, oh, there's probably nothing because I'm not. That's probably what it is. So that was it. I kind of thought I'm probably not, but I'll try again tomorrow just in case, because there was 2 tests in the pack anyway. And then the next morning Andrew was out for a run actually. He got up early and went for a run. So I woke up, went to the toilet, I thought I'll just do this test, and it came up that I was pregnant. And Andrew of course was out on this run, so I was waiting for him to come back, and he was ages. And then when he did come back, he came back with his cousins who'd he'd gone the run with. And so then we had coffee, and I think I made them some lunch and things. So it was ages before I actually told him. And by that time, I wasn't sure the test would even like still be showing. So I'd taken a photo at the time of taking the test to show him. And I just showed him the photo on my phone. Actually, I then had, was it the next day or a couple of days later, I then had a little bit of bleeding, a tiny bit, and I really panicked and I got really worried. But I don't know why I panicked so much. Well, obviously I do know why, because you always like think the worst and like you're so anxious. But I'm sure I had that with Caitlin, my first. But yeah, I really panicked and I thought, oh, that's it. I'm probably not pregnant anymore, and I was really down about it. But then the more I read up on it, it seems to be that around that time was when I would have had the implantation, where the egg like implants into the womb, and then you do sometimes get a little bit of bleeding. And it was just that kind of one-off. I went to the toilet and there was a little bit of bleeding, and that was it. And it never came to anything. So I think that's probably what it was. I left it a couple of days and took another test, and it still says that I am. So hopefully, fingers crossed, everything is well. And yeah, I've got no, like I say, I've got no symptoms yet. I feel normal. We're really happy and really excited. With my last 2 pregnancies, I get really, really unwell at the beginning of pregnancy. I feel so sick. I really struggle to function, and it is just awful. It is so debilitating. And I might even make a video about that at some point, but I really struggle with it. So now that I know this early, this is the earliest I've probably ever found out that I'm pregnant. With my last 2 pregnancies, I didn't know this early, and I feel like it's given me a little bit of a head start. I'm kind of ahead of the game, so I'm now making plans for being not well, because I know I'm going to be really unwell. Well, I think I will. I was the last 2. So my plans are, when I'm not well, I really don't want to eat, and obviously I have to eat, and I feel really, really nauseous. I can't even think about food, so I find it really difficult to prepare even a shopping list because I can't think about food. But what I really need is someone to just put food in front of me that I can eat. And I cook the dinner every single night in our house, and although Andrew's getting better, but he works and he doesn't get home till after 6, and we're all hungry before that, so it just makes sense I make dinner most nights. So Andrew was kind of out of the habit of making dinner, although he did when he lived on his own before he met me. So when I had Elle, he was really out of practice with it. He didn't know what to buy at the supermarket because I do all the shopping, and it did not work. So now we've kind of prepared a little bit for it. He knows how to prepare dinner for us. He knows what kind of things we get from the supermarket. And my plan is that I'm going to make up, on Tesco.com, you can save shopping lists. So I'm going to make up 4 shopping lists with things that I want to be eating, because sometimes like there's things that you know you like that maybe other people don't know that necessarily that you like, and sometimes there's things that I'll only eat when I'm pregnant, like dry crackers and things. Sometimes that's the only thing I can manage. So I'm going to make 4 shopping lists, and I'm going to put things into the shopping lists that I know I'm going to need each week, and that'll be like a 4-week rotation. I'll just call them week 1, 2, 3 and 4. And it means that even if I don't want to think about food, all I have to do is go to Tesco.com and book a slot for the delivery of week whatever we're on, and I know that the food's going to arrive. And I'm going to make up some meal plans for Andrew so that he knows what he needs to cook on different nights, and the food will be there for him to do that. Like I say, he works full time and he's not home till after 6 a lot of the time, so it's not always practical for him to make dinner. So what I plan to do is make some dishes in advance and put them in the freezer so they're ready just to be heated up. And even if I can't really stomach cooking food, at least I can take out the freezer and pop it in the oven for us. The other thing I'm going to do is stock up on some things that don't need any preparation, things like ready-made lasagna, and I'm trying to think of other things, like maybe a roast chicken, things that I can just shove in the oven, I don't need to think about, and it'll be a really quick and easy dinner for the girls, and I can pick at it as well. And I want to make sure that in my shopping list I've got loads of really healthy foods, because obviously I want to nourish my body because I'm growing a little human. So that's the preparation that I've done as far as food, because I know food is going to be a big thing, because I just feel so sick in pregnancy, usually. I don't know if I will this time, I'm sure I will. Other than that, I have made an appointment with my doctor because I'm on other medication, and I don't know what the kind of interactions with pregnancy are and whether it's something we need to look at. So I've made an appointment with my doctor to go and discuss that. I will make an appointment with the midwife. It's probably a little bit early yet. I might just phone anyway because I don't know how long it'll take to get an appointment, but that's something I need to do. And I've actually booked our first private scan. So where we live, we get a scan about 12 weeks, but because it's so busy, it can often be 14 weeks by the time you get your first scan. And I don't like to tell anybody until they've had that first scan and I know that everything's okay, and I know I'll be desperate to tell everyone by that stage. So we've booked an early scan, which is what we did last time, and I've booked it for around, I think I'll be about 11 weeks by then. So normally you would, well, not normally, but a lot of people like to wait until sort of 12 weeks till they've had that first scan to announce it. So if I get my scan at about 11 weeks, then when 12 weeks comes, even if I've not had my NHS scan, I will feel hopefully confident to be able to tell people. And it also falls on my birthday, so it'll be a really good chance to tell all our family, because we'll probably all be together for some kind of birthday meal. So that's where we're at the moment. I'm 4 weeks and I've got no symptoms as yet, apart from the pregnancy test showing that I'm pregnant. So I will keep you updated. My next update, I'm not sure what stage I'll update next, but yeah, keep an eye out for that, and I will speak to you all soon. Bye.